So, did you find...
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site.
And have you found traces of our holy founder?
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On another, he prayed to the god of the mountain.
You can't be serious. You mean to say that our saint converted to the cult of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look, there are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
This chaplet? I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their fingers. Literally, alas.
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof. All this evidence.
I see.
It seems we are arriving right on time. You did well to warn us, Brother Virgil.
Virgil? How did you know?
I'm afraid that Your Excellency's lies weren't very convincing.
We were informed of your discoveries and of the... We demand that you hand them over to us...
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of our founder?
Out of love for our dogma, for our faith. But since you refuse to comply with our order...
Death to the heretics! Bit of poison on my blade.
You will face a woman of
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. You know how to use it. Let's see who you like. You want to cast more Let's see who the enlightened will.
So?
We discovered...
And
there was that look.
You realize...
And you... I see.
It seems we demand out of... But since...
Death! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see who the enlightened will be. Let's see if we can ward off this fate.
Do you think you can face it?
Potion if you want to cast more spells. Let's see. Use your wounds.
Do you think you can face the woman of faith? I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition is after us is very disturbing, Excellency.
We would do well to hasten to San Matthias. They will not dare to attack you there. Even if these men were the last forces that the Inquisition could send us.
You are right. All this proves is that I will not succeed without your help. There is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will also reject our discoveries.
And I could bring Petrus with me. He will surely find the words.
That would be most helpful. In any case, we must present our... I will study the tablets one last time to make... And I will meet you at the palace...
Understood. Eminence, I salute you.
Lady de Ssd, what can I do for you?
I have come to inform you of the existence of a secret camp, created by the Inquisitors of the Ordo Luminis. From what we know, they abduct natives and take them there to torture them, and convert them by force. And those who refuse to renounce their faith, despite their suffering, are shot in cold blood.
How does the Inquisition still dare to take action? You'd think that what happened to them because of their overzealous ways would have taught them a lesson. In any case, if the natives came to you to complain, we must intervene.
In that case, we should act fast, Your Eminence, because one of these native clans is getting ready for an assault. They managed to find the camp and are gathering their troops.
I implore you to dissuade them, Your Excellency. It is our duty to fix this situation. I wouldn't want the natives to think that we were letting them suffer without doing anything. Since you seem to know all the details of this matter, will you agree to lead my troops?
You want me to lead the offensive on this bastion of the Inquisition?
Yes. Of course, you would be leading a troop of guards, which I will immediately put at your disposal. Go to the barracks and show this mandate to the quartermaster. He will ensure that you are provided with the men you need. As for me, I pray the Enlightened will guide you in this terrible task. Ah, Your Excellency. We were eagerly awaiting your arrival. Sister Eugenia was just recounting me the tale of your achievements and telling me about the incredible discoveries you've made.
These relics shed a new light on the last years of our founder. It all demonstrates that he hadn't evangelized the islanders, but, on the contrary, he would even have adopted some of their rituals, merging the cult of the Enlightened and the cult of nature in a single dogma.
These discoveries, if they can be verified, are extraordinary. But they also represent a great upheaval that could harm our nation. We must first verify their authenticity. You are the only ones who entered this cave. Could what you have witnessed been a falsification?
The cavern we discovered is located in a very remote place. There's no island or village nearby. It contains some ruined dwellings, but clearly no one has lived there for a very long time. Fraudsters would inevitably have left traces of their passage. The entrance to the cave was protected by one of those giant creatures that the natives call... These guardians usually protect sacred places, and I had to kill this beast. Which leads me to think that nobody... We discovered ancient frescoes on the walls. They represent Saint Matthias without a doubt. In one, he is praying for the divinity of the island. I understand how shocking these discoveries are, but their antiquity proves that
The tablets found at the site, however, attest that our founder had not abandoned the cult of the Enlightened. He simply saw it as two different reflections of the same divine power.
The relics could be authentic, Your Excellency, but we only have your word to convince us. The political and religious impact of these discoveries will be unprecedented. We risk schism, civil war, and who is to say that this is not a plan to weaken us?
It seems that you only see the negative aspects of this discovery. But the reality is very different. By integrating some of the natives' beliefs into your dogma, you could build an alliance with them. Something no other nation has managed to achieve before.
What good is such a reproach if our nation has fallen into chaos?
I would also like to inform you that a member of the Ordo Luminis was part. He tried several times to sabotage it. And finally, he attacked us, as we were preparing to join.
You'd have thought that the remaining members of the Order would go to such extent. But I fear these attacks are just a reflection of what will happen if your discoveries are made public.
Your Eminence, we are faced with a crucial choice for our nation. He prays and places his trust in the one who came before him and has shown more wisdom. Saint Matthias shows us a new way.
You surprise me, Petrus. You who are always so political, yet your words seem sincere. You give me something to think about. Thank you.
If my people knew that the great sage they had long respected is the same man as your saint, and that your priests respected our culture as he did, they would be welcomed here as brothers.
And the Eden we wanted to build would be everywhere. You speak sense, Princess. Does anyone wish to add anything?
I understand your doubts about the future, which are inevitably caused by such a revelation. You hesitate just as St. Lucius did to tell us about the journey of his master. Yet in the end, he revealed what he knew, and his words still guide Ptolemy today.
Thank you for your testimony. I will now retire to think about everything and make my decision. After careful consideration, I have decided that it is my duty to reveal your discoveries to the world. It will take years for our theologians to study all of this, but our dogma must follow the path opened by Saint Matthias.
Thank you, Your Eminence. I would be delighted to help with the study of these relics.
I don't doubt it, my dear. And I would like you to take me to see this cave. I look forward to worshipping at the place where our holy founder ended his days. As for you, Your Excellency, I thank you for the help you have given us. Your sincere insight has encouraged me to make this difficult decision.
It was my pleasure.
Let me also thank you, Your Excellency. Without you, we would still be in the shadows.
Excuse me. Are you Sister?
I am a healer only through the grace of the Illuminate.
My cousin. The governor of New Serene is...
Well, that's terribly sad. Was he wounded in...
Alas, no. He is afflicted with the Malachor.
Now that's a true miracle that you require. And I...
Cecilius, my friend. If there's anyone on this, have you not been blessed by the Illuminated? Is it not your obligation to aid our allies? Without them, who knows what would have happened to our holy city?
Petrus, you always knew how to weave words together. Very good. I'll go to New Serene, but do not feed on vain hopes.
1,000 thanks, Cecilius.
May the Illuminated go with you, my child. I will pray that you find this cure that...
I have not lost...
Cecilius is an extraordinary healer. I'm certain he'll be able to at least...
Don't hesitate. Goodbye. May the Enlightened always keep you in his divine blessing. Closer. Don't hesitate. All of our products are a blessing.
Siora, Asir, Vertir to Madiseld. What do you want?
Deirdre requested that I ask for your clan's help. She intends to attack a camp of the Ordo
Luminous?
It's the name of the Inquisition. The Reds. They're still trying to convert your people by... Those who do not accept the Enlightened are taken to this camp, where Deirdre needs more warriors for this attack.
The Gaius Rad have been...
Deirdre told me...
I am, but our clan might...
By fighting alongside... And if some settlers were to attack you...
You are not wrong. If there's a risk we might become evil, I will gather my warriors and... Did you want...
Could you tell me about
You are right there, and you let him talk about you like this. As perhaps I wanted to hear how you'd reply. Perhaps, but I don't like... Did you want any...
Thanks. Goodbye.
Gaius Rad, Deirdre and her Sengedin Anadas will fight against... She's asking us to fight alongside her. Shall we rise to her call?
Our spears will rise in defense.
Then it is done. Let's raise our spears. You can leave with a peaceful mind. My warriors will fight alongside yours and Daedra's. We will meet near the camp of the Sol Lesser.
Come closer. Don't hesitate. All of our products are a blessing from you.
It's blocked.
We'll make you dance, land dwellers.
And what can I do for you?
Here. The Mother Cardinal gave me...
Everything looks perfectly in order.
Some members of the Ordo Luminis built a camp. Her Eminence wishes to put an end to what could...
I see. Oh, it was high time. I will order the men I have here to assemble in the courtyard. I just need to explain the mission to them. And... Soldiers! The Mother Cardinal is sending you... You will have to put an end to the crime. I expect you to obey the order for Teleme!
Comrades, pack your bags. We're leaving at once.
Fight with honor!
For the coin and the enlightened.
Your magic is running out!
I need to speak with you, my child.
Yes, Petrus.
I've come up with a plan to put what we've learned.
Do tell.
You will have to take part in a fight in the arena. And to do this, you'll have to face a champion.
That would effectively raise the odds. But the risk is...
That may be the case.
I see.
And by doing so, you'll...
This'll make her lose.
Exactly. I've even taken... Without knowing it, she will come to me looking for gold in order to...
And she will be at our mercy. Is this...
This is how all scores are settled, my child. Or so. What do you...
It's a complicated plan.
Let's go back to the St. Matthias bookmaker. Your skills seem to interest him.
Greenblood, my friend. Glad to see you.
I'm listening.
Remember that note we found in Roll?
Of course. The one...
Yes. It was signed with a name I'm familiar with. He was the one, but you look quite busy. Come back and see. Anything else?
You seemed really
He brought some memories back. I was a bit like him at his age. I felt responsible. After all, I recruited him.
Not at all. But your attitude towards him seems almost fatherly. I wondered if you ever thought about having children.
Not really. I'm a soldier's child. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But never say never, right? Anything else?
You told me that you enlisted at a very young age. But do you have any pleasant memories of your childhood?
Some, yes. Why?
Why don't you tell me about your first love?
There isn't much to tell. It was pretty soppy, like most childhood flings. You know what I mean. I think I remember you making eyes at some dandy not so long ago.
Oh, Kurt. How can you be so naive? I was only looking at that young idiot to make you feel jealous.
Please, you were but a child. You weren't into old geezers like me back then. Anything else?
Rolf appeared to know you well. What was he to you? A friend? A rival?
A little bit of both. I wouldn't have willingly chosen him to be my comrade. And yet he was. And he was always picking at me to make sure that he was the best, the strongest, and the most appreciated. I suppose we all have someone like this in our past. Did you not experience that with Constantine?
Constantine was never easygoing, but we were friends more often than we were rivals. I know he could be awful towards other children, but he always had a liking for me.
You were, and I think you still are, his only friend. The court has not been kind to him.
It's true. Did you know that his father told him one day that he would never climb up the ladder if he did not start behaving in a noble way? Constantine took it a bit too literally and decided to climb up the city walls.
Yes, I wasn't with you then, but I was told about it. That was the first time you saved his life. You were very brave that day. And if memory serves, thanks to you, he wasn't even punished. You really are the friend everyone dreams of having. Anything else?
Sieglinde appears to know you well, and to have a lot of respect for you.
We fought together. That brings people closer, you know that. But I can assure you that's all there is to it. Actually, up until now, I've fought by your side more often than I have hers.
Yet you still managed to surprise me.
I certainly hope so. Just as you surprise me often. Finding pleasure in discovering new aspects of one another's personality is half the fun of a relationship, isn't it? Anything else?
Tell me about your family.
Yes, a prostitute. She may be the only. Soon, any.
I must leave you.
Greenblood, my friend. The letter we found in Rolf's office was signed by a man whose name I'm familiar with. I know he's responsible for what happened in this camp. But you look quite busy. Come back and see me when... Anything else?
I must leave you.
Karantz, do you need something?
I'm sorry about what happened to your mother.
Unwell? I am angry. I blame myself for not having been on this battlefield.
I understand. My mother had the Malachor, and yet I had to leave her behind as she was at death's door. I can't help thinking that I should have stayed by her side, just like you.
And you could not have done anything to save her, either. Anything else?
Do you have anyone, a friend, perhaps, whom you could...
I usually confide in my sister, and I think she resents me for not having been there when our mother needed me.
I know we've only known each other for a little while. But if you need someone to talk to, I'm here.
Thank you, Anal Manawi. You are a good... Anything else?
I've never heard you talk about your...
He was the Donegad of our clan, but this memory...
What happened?
He was killed. My mother... Anything else?
I must leave you.
Glad to see you, my friend. Can I do anything?
Do you wish you were never given...
How could I not be regretful? I never got to experience a mother's love or a lavish youth.
Don't you have any happy memories?
I do. Of course I do. For example, I remember the first time I climbed up the shrouds. The incredible view, the dizziness, the sensation of complete freedom. It was an unforgettable moment.
I can only imagine how you felt. But it sounds amazing.
It was. I wouldn't thank you. Sorry. Did you want anything else?
Had you ever heard about the Darcys before?
No, I had not. As you know, there are many noble families in Serene. And there was a time when a lot of them had to give a child.
I am certain that they would be very proud.
I doubt it. Once we're taken away from our homes, the nobility see the Naughts as nothing more than a necessary evil. We are no longer their children. Did you want anything else?
What did you think of your brother? Meeting him in such circumstances must have been upsetting.
I had high expectations for this encounter. I was naively hoping for some emotional reunion. And I found myself in front of a conceited and selfish idiot. Need I say more?
Not all brothers are alike, especially when they've led such different lives.
Indeed. At least this regrettable adventure allowed me to find out who I am. Thank you for your help. You were very patient with me. Did you want anything else?
What do the Naughts tattoos mean?
The first tattoo we get indicates whether we're sea-born or sea-given. The rest of them tell our story. They tell of everything we've been through, our rank, but also the storms we've sailed through.
What do yours mean?
That I am a sea-given. That I sailed through a hurricane when I was but a simple sailor. That I performed several voyages as a captain without losing a single man. Does my entire curriculum really interest you?
It's important to me that I get to know you better.
I'm flattered, but there are other ways to do so than... Did you want anything else?
Now that the Admiral has forgiven you, do you...
Without a doubt, but do not worry. I will not leave you before I find out where our story leads.
I would understand if you preferred to leave. But I would miss you. That's a certainty.
I will miss you too. But we're not saying goodbye yet, are we? Did you want anything else?
I must leave you.
My dear child, what can I...
What was your role at my uncle's court? Were you already an ambassador?
No. But I was part of the embassy. I had only just started my career as a diplomat back then. Taleme was hoping to convert the congregation, and they had sent me to spread the word. I tried to teach you some of the basics because you had a predisposition for magic, but you were so young. You preferred to run around the halls with a wooden sword in hand, chasing your cousin.
I will see you later, Father.
Take care.
Siora's friends,
Hello, Azal.
what do you...
Could you tell me about...
Siora is my twin sister, Renaigse. But we're also different. She's wiser than I am. I would have chosen differently. But do not believe that she is sweet and kind. Never forget who her sister is. Especially if the idea of hurting her ever crosses your mind.
I have no intention of hurting her.
Did you want anything else?
Thanks. Good day.
Welcome.
I want to challenge the
A champion. You were asking about candy cane.
No. No one has sent me.
Ah, it's true you have talent. Let me think. It's been a while since he fought, but he did ask me to set some... He's not a youngster anymore, but his name is known.
This Briscard sounds like the
A
perfect...
deal! I'll work on getting things ready. Until then, make sure you're ready. It'll be a duel. As soon as you're ready, you'll just need to go and...
We should go and see Candy Cane, so he can set up our deal. So when you win, she will lose her bet. Candy Cane is not here. At least not yet. Remember, my child, the bookmaker told us that he hangs around here at night.
That's true. You were right. Let's come back later.
You again?
Why so defensive? Petrus,
That's right. I've thought of a little scheme that could... You know me, and that my ideas...
You have a reputation of being a first-class...
wait. At least...
You really take me for an idiot.
Maybe enlighten protect me in this... Is running out. Take a potion.
Running out of enemies, my savior.
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
How are we going to influence...
You again?
Why is
That's
it...
and my friend.
I've gained quite a reputation. But soon I'll be taking on a true champion. I am no fool, though. I know I won't hold up for long.
Yeah, I've seen the odds. Everyone expects you to lose within a minute. So what?
Let us suppose that our champion is a little less aggressive than usual.
If the fight can last at least 5 minutes, an informed bettor would win the jackpot.
And I'd keep a little of my pride.
Very well. I'll arrange it. But don't take advantage of the deal and try to beat the champion. If you do, he'll wipe the floor with you. You want to get your money. Don't...
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's free. Come and see me as soon as you have made your choice. You won't be disappointed. Of that I can assure you. Come.
Good day.
Welcome.
I must be going.
Next time...
Ready to excite the... Ah, there you are. Are you ready for the fight? Beware. Contrary to the... Your friends must remain...
Yes.
So, jump in. What a brilliant spectacle. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
And here are your winnings from the combat.
Bravo! A glorious victory.
I don't believe I've ever seen you happier.
That is true. Politics is an extremely...
I imagine we need to...
Yes, and I hope you will enjoy...
Ready to excite the...
I need to get going.
Huh.
Lady de Ssd, what can I do for you?
We have come to offer our support.
How do you know that?
We just let him believe that I would lose.
All I did was take the place of your moneylender. You owe me a handsome sum.
All of this just to make me spill the beans, am I right? I didn't expect you to play this kind of game, Your Excellency. It is...
Oh, come on, Cornelia. You...
It's true. And I also know when to admit defeat.
We won't use what we know of you, nor what you owe us, so long as you act loyally towards the congregation and Constantine. Is that clear?
Is that what you're expecting? Ah, but I'm sure that this sly old fox has something else in mind, right? You hope that I'll support you when you court the rank of Cardinal. You haven't learnt your lesson, then. Have you forgotten the abyss into which you plunged because of your ambition last time?
Petrus, what's she talking about?
Cornelia, you don't have the right to use that against me, to disclose what I revealed to you that day.
It was said under the seal of the Enlightened. It's true. But if someone deserves to know, it's her.
No, please.
Since you have no intention of speaking, I will. Petrus knew your mother, child. Your real mother.
My mother? Petrus, is it true? How?
Be damned, Cornelia. It's true. I knew your mother. I used to go to the jail to give my spiritual support to the prisoners of the Prince d'Orsay. That's where I met her. She was alone, afraid, and exhausted. And so strange. Obviously, I had no way of knowing that she came from here. The princes kept their secret well.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You know that my uncle lied to me, and you kept quiet.
I was ashamed. Ashamed of having left her to die in that dead-end pit. Completely alone.
Why talk to others about it, then? Why does she know?
One evening, in a fit of despair, Petrus felt the need to share this great burden with someone.
At the time, you were the ear of the enlightened, Cornelia. You have broken your vows. Ah, damnation. It's better out in the open. I've wanted to tell you about it since I met you. Now that you know, I want to do something in her memory. I will help you find your family here on the island. The prince sent you here to use you. But I can ensure that all of this serves a purpose.
How could I possibly believe you now? You have used me for your scheming and have kept me in the dark.
I understand how you feel, my child. Let's wait a little, until you've taken it all in. Time heals the wounds of the soul. Come back and see me when you are ready. As for you, Cornelia, remember what we have on you. You no longer have the upper hand.
Be careful, Ssd. You now see the real Petrus, sly and opportunistic.
Our men are ready, Your Excellency. They're awaiting your orders.
Perfect. Our objective is located beyond this cliff. The Inquisitors are not expecting us. We have the element of surprise. Let's make good use of it.
Understood, Your Excellency.
Let's find a vantage point to get a better overview of this fort.
Here it is. The Mad Inquisitor's fort.
There's no turning back. I hope that you are all ready. Most of their troops seem to be outside, as if they sense we are coming. The prisoners are most likely inside, in some basement perhaps. And it seems as if there are some in the right wing as well.
Most of the fighting will take place outside. The priests are at a disadvantage in confined spaces.
We must strike quickly if we want to make good use of the element of surprise.
What are your orders, Your Excellency?
We're behind the camp where there are fewer guards. Getting inside will prove less troublesome from this side. We will conduct 2 near-simultaneous assaults. The first, larger group will attack from the front to cause chaos in the enemy ranks. As for me, my companions and I will get inside the building from the back and sneak into the basement. We will set as many prisoners free as we can, and use the opportunity to search the building. Once you have eliminated the troops in the front of the building, focus on the right wing.
At your orders. Should we keep a few men here to catch any potential runners?
Indeed. An excellent suggestion. Are you ready for the assault?
We're ready, Your Excellency.
In that case, conduct the assault as soon as you are in position.
Protect me in this battle!
Protect me in this battle!
To my help! And death to the others!
Your magic is running out! Take attention! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Quick! Let's hurry and reach the prisoners before the Inquisitors kill them all.
shadow engulf our enemies!
We intervened quickly, thankfully. Let's find the keys to these cells. Wait here for now. We are still fighting outside.
May the Enlightened bless you.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! Your magic is running out! Take a picture! In this battle! Your magic is running out! Take a post! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
I think that was the last of the Inquisitors. The fort is safe now. We're done here. Let's lend a hand to our allies outside, as there are still some prisoners there.
To my help! And death to the
Come on!
others!
If you're there, your magic is running out! Take a post!
Running out of energy! Drink a
Come on! If you're there!
How awful. His prisoners have been dead for days. There's no one left to set free. Let's get out of here. How did the battle go for you?
Your plan was successful, Your Excellency. We won a resounding victory.
Congratulations. We were able to set the prisoners free. They were completely exhausted, but alive. I would like for you to escort them to the closest village.
At your command, Your Excellency.
Once this is done, you can return to your garrison. And do not worry. The Mother Cardinal will be informed of your valor in combat. Your Eminence.
Lady de Ssd.
We managed to dismantle the Ordo Luminis's camp, Your Eminence. And while we were there, we gathered proof of their exactions.
Those wretched fools! How dare they! I will make sure that a decree is published so that their order is now forbidden on this island.
The Guard served you well, and bravely followed your orders.
They will be thanked and rewarded for it. But it is to you, Your Excellency, that I express my deepest gratitude. Without your intervention, Thélème as a whole would have appeared as a monster in the eyes of the islanders.
It was my pleasure, Mother Cardinal.
What do you seek?
I have come to tell you that we have taken care of the Inquisitors and set the camp's prisoners free.
You thought we weren't capable of fighting the Soul Lasser and of freeing our...
That's not it. I thought it was my duty to inform the woman who represents Thélème here of the situation. She's the commander of the Soul Lasser, and she was furious when she heard about their actions. She made a point of punishing them herself, and of having your people set free as a token of good faith.
I understand. She's proven a respectable queen. And you have proven an ally. I thank you for your help on Almanawi. From now on, from this day forward, you are a garant of our clan. Anything more?
I need to know more.
I have already told you a great deal. That we all... You also... What more do we are the...
Tell me about...
It is Vedlug. I like this symbol. It fits my people.
I suppose there would be no...
Don't ask questions. The men of the distant island came. They are the Monisinaik. The lions are the worst of them all.
I need to be going.
What will I say?
Greenblood, my friend. The letter we found in Rolf's office was signed by a man whose name... I know he's responsible for what happened in this. I'm gonna find him and make him...
This quest for revenge isn't only about what happened. Very well.
Major Herman is posted in San Mateus. He's part of the Red Sun Regiment. He's loyal to Torsten, but kept his head down when the coup was dismantled.
Isn't denouncing him enough? He'll be put to death for high treason.
The Guard's reputation has suffered enough from Torsten, and he has connections in high places. I'm sure he has many supporters.
What are you getting at? If he's well connected, the Mother Cardinal will surely hear about it. And I doubt she'd be pleased.
I know. That's the whole problem. We need to get rid of him without anyone finding out.
Remember that we are talking about San Mateus. We should get rid of your major in broad daylight.
What kind of twisted scheme have you come up with now?
We need to ensure that he falls into the hands of the Ordo Luminous. They love burning people at the stake. And they don't care too much about who ends up in the flames.
The Inquisitor isn't very fond of us. I doubt we'd be able to convince him.
Haven't I taught you anything, my child? Every man has his weaknesses, including Aloysius. I could help you convince him if you'd like.
I hate those burnings. But Herman, he may be the only one who really deserves it. We'll need to find him, though. And he's been keeping a low profile since the coup failed.
And we've already seen to what extent the law of silence has on the Guard.
We need help. Our new commander might be able to tell us who to turn to. She knows everybody.
All right then, agreed. Let's start by going to see her.
Glad to see you. Can I do anything?
I must leave you.
My dear child, what can I do for you?
What was your...
No. Taleme was hoping to... I tried to teach you as so.
I will see you later.
Take...
Ah, Your Excellency. The manager of the tavern came to find me. He complained, and a customs sergeant who is seizing. Clearly, neither we...
You suspect that these seizures are being used to supply...
It's the only...
And you wonder if Egon isn't... No, thank you. Hello. We've not yet been...
I've heard of you. What can I do for you?
What does your role...
Each barracks? It's a matter of dividing the men between the different... It is, unfortunately, a monotonous...
I'll leave you to your... Hello, Commander.
Lady Ssd. And Kurt, I believe I should be thanking you for my nomination.
It is your upright and honorable nature that won you this post, not I. Perhaps sometime in the future you'll curse me for having suggested your name.
I hope not. How can I be of service to you?
We're here to talk to you about a document we found in the training camp.
A letter, signed by Major Herman. He's behind all of this, Sieglinde.
Herman. Kurt, this is personal now. When will this story be finished? I could court-martial him, but you know how much certain people support him.
I know. He'd probably get away with it. Everyone loves the heroic Major. No, we thought of another way. The Ordo Luminis.
You want to have them burned as heretics?
If he'd been caught as Torsten's accomplice, he would have been drawn and quartered. Do you think that's any less painful?
I don't know if you came to look for my help or my blessing. You have both. But promise me that you'll stop seeking vengeance after this.
You have my word. We just need your help to find Herman. He's been hiding since the failed coup.
And you need help in the San Mateus barracks. Talk to the corporal in charge of the prisons. I know him well. He's loyal. He's from the old school. If he can help you, he will.
It seems to me that the Ordo Luminis keeps its prisoners in the prisons of the Guard.
In fact, if you want to avoid drawing too much attention to yourself, you could bring Herman there directly. I'll write you a letter for the corporal. Here you go.
Thank you for doing this for me, Sieglinde.
You're welcome. And don't forget your promise, Kurt.
What do you want now?
We've come to discuss something that concerns you.
Really? I'm listening.
We would like to draw your attention to a man who has confessed to terrible crimes.
Has he professed heresy? Venerated one of the demonic creatures worshipped by the savages?
Not exactly. He's responsible for many deaths, and was one of Torsten's supporters.
Who, as you know, was planning to overthrow your governor and take her place.
These truly are crimes. But they have nothing to do with the Ordo Luminis. You should denounce this man to our governor. You should leave me. Your lack of faith has already been proven in the...
Calm now, Aloysius. Are you going to let this incident?
You call the obvious lack of faith of your protege...
A momentary error, nothing else. Which she largely... To think that without her, San Mateus would be in the hands of faithless, lawless mercenaries, and that we would no longer have any chance of guiding this island towards the light.
You always know how to shine the best light on the situation, don't you?
Yet you know that Father Petrus is right. I saved your city with the help of Kurt here, and all that we ask in return is that you help us deliver justice. The man we are here to speak to you about escaped punishment thanks to political support.
In a sense, it's ironic, isn't it, Petrus? But you're right. We have a debt towards you, and justice must be delivered. I can't have your man publicly arrested without raising too many questions. But if you arrange for him to come to one of our jails discreetly, I'll make sure justice is delivered. The felon will receive the punishment he deserves on behalf of the glorious Enlightened.
May he always keep you in his divine blessing, Aloysius. You will soon find this man in your jail.
Anything else?
Nothing. It's all right.
Remember that the Enlightened is always watching you.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And it's free. Come and see me as soon as you have made your choice. You won't be disappointed. Of that I can assure you.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Sir, Commander Sieglinder wrote this letter to you.
I wasn't expecting that. Even though I never really liked the Major, the Commander is asking me to do all I can to assist you in your mission. So what can I do for you?
We are looking for the Major. We know that he was posted here.
Yes, and officially he still is. But I haven't seen him for some time. Following the coup, he was probably expecting us to go after him. The only people he may have told about his hiding place are his lieutenants. Those two are his henchmen.
I see. Well, we'll just have to...
If we bring him to you, can you make sure he ends up in an Ordo Luminis jail?
Do you want to condemn him to the stake? Listen, I can lock him up, but you'll have to find a way to keep my men from seeing him.
Why's that?
All the guards in the city know the Major. If they see him brought here, and they will surely take it out on the Inquisition, which could.
You're not wrong, Corporal.
If you bring me some sleeping potions when they wake up, they'll be ashamed of having slept through their watch. But that's better than...
So you need sleeping potions. Is that right?
Yes, to put my men to sleep. That would seem the best way of doing it.
Perfect. And then?
When you have your man, let me know, and I'll do the rest. Anything else?
We should go.
Good. Now that everything is ready, we should go find these lieutenants. Soldiers! Everyone out!
But, Captain, with all due...
We're supposed to stay here, Captain. We must...
I believe that the rank of Captain of the Guard counts regardless of regiment, soldiers. Especially when the said captain reports directly to Commander Sieglinder.
The Commander's orders? Really?
If that were the case, she would say...
We don't know what you've come to do.
Maybe enlightened...
Soldiers!
But...
I believe...
If it's an order from the Commander, we better obey, guys.
Oh, sorry, Captain. We didn't mean to disobey you.
You're far from your regiment, Captain. What?
We're looking for Major Herman. I was told you'd know where to find him.
The Major? He must be on a mission somewhere.
Don't play dumb with me, Lieutenant. I'd be sorry to see you arrested as an accomplice.
Listen, Captain. We really don't know what you're talking about. As for your threats, you're not our superior. You're not part of our regiment.
Yet we're here with your new commander's blessing. The Major is accused of treason. You'd better tell us where to find him.
Lies. The Major is a righteous man.
Really? To my help! And take the others! So, are you finally ready to tell—
We'll never tell you any—
Stop! You might be ready to die for him, but I'm not. He's in a warehouse.
The traitor is probably getting ready to leave the island.
Lieutenants, go to the Commander. She'll decide what to do.
Let's find the Major before...
Here he is!
What the... Kurt? It's been so long. How did you find me?
Does that really matter, Major? You're finally gonna pay for all your evil.
Come with us, Major.
If you think I'm gonna... Soldiers!
Maybe enlightened protect me in this battle! The magic is running out! Take the potion!
No. You shouldn't be surprised.
Let's lock him up. Kurt, are you all right?
Yes. Better than ever.
What did he do to you?
As you may have guessed, I suffered the same treatment as Raina. The only difference is that I survived, and there's even more. Believe me, I'm glad that these memories went up in flames along with that bastard. Thank you, Green Blood. Thank you for helping me as I go through all this. I'll never forget it.
I'm happy you came to find me. I should have spoken to you sooner. Told you?
Indeed.
As I said, I'd like to...
How do you intend?
As you now know, I knew your mother. But we gradually learned to understand one another. She was important in her village, based on what I know today. I think she was a Donega. She told me her name, Arelwyn. She even gave me a pendant for you. You were only a child, so I gave it to Mrs. Ssd.
She gave me a necklace when I went to say goodbye to her. She said it was a family heirloom. Did my mother tell you the name of her village?
No. But I'm sure the Nauts can help us. They were the ones who took your mother to the continent.
It was such a long time ago.
The Nauts record everything down to the gentlest breeze. So, do you want to try and find out where you come from?
Yes.
Let's go.